Hello guys, this is my first review of the year of 2024 and also the first video of my new series. I'm going to call it the Goosebumps Review-a-thon or something like that. So I'm just going to review every single Goosebumps book I read this year. I plan to read around 100 books in total. So I don't know if I'll be able to review them all, but I'll try. But the book I'll be reviewing today is Slappy's Nightmare. I'll just get the spoiler-free review out the way first. If you haven't read this book, I kind of recommend it. It's not the best book. I'd probably say 7 or 8 out of 10. So it's decent, I guess. But it also gives you like a different side of Slappy, if that makes sense. Like the nice side. Basically, in this book, Slappy gets cursed and he has to do 3 good deeds. But the only problem is like he only starts doing the deeds like really later on in the book, so most of it's just filler, to be honest. So I kind of recommend it, I guess, if you can get your hands on it, because this is probably one of the rarest Goosebumps books in Series 2000, if not the most. Alright, but now let's get to the real review. Stuff I liked about this book was, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, we get to see the nice side of Slappy. But some stuff I really didn't like about it is, who is Jimmy O. James? And how does he have Slappy? Like, in the first 20 pages is like this segment where this kid called Jimmy O. James, he's like doing this, like, I think comedy show it was meant to be with sorry guys, with Slappy. And you know, I think there's a segment like that in every single Slappy book. Yeah, Slappy bites someone and then everything goes downhill from there. And then he goes into like Jimmy O. James takes him into the backstage and like talks to him, says, "Why'd you do that? You just ruined my life. No theatre's gonna accept me. I'm gonna get no job offerings." And to that, Slappy says something like, "But you'll be in the newspapers everywhere. You'll be famous." And then I don't remember exactly what happens, but then I think Slappy like starts strangling him for some reason, like he always does. And then these 2 girls walk in and then like, "Oh, we missed your show, but the security said we could come visit you backstage." Oh no. Before that, Slappy got cursed by Jimmy O. James to do 3 good deeds, and then Jimmy O. James sends Slappy with those 2 girls to do the good deeds. And the first good deed he does when he gets there, one of the girls' room is like really messed up, really dirty, and he just cleans it up for her. But then the girl's sister wrecks the room purposely. So then the deed didn't count, I guess. And that's something that didn't make sense. Like he did the deed, but if someone wrecks what he did, it doesn't count. And I don't really get it. I think it still should count, but if it did count, this book would be like 50 pages. And the second good deed he does, he he like puts on another comedy show for this girl in a wheelchair. But then this is where the book gets a bit strange. This is where the darkness of Series 2000 comes in. The girl in the wheelchair, the wind, well, at least that's what we thought. That's at least what I thought. The wind pushes her down a hill, and she hits a van. But according to the book, she was fine. I say according, like this is non-fiction. And then, so that means his second deed was also cancelled out. And then the third deed, which is probably the most disturbing one, is he goes to like, well, his Slappy's owner, I'm pretty sure her name was, I can find it, give me 1 second, guys. I think Georgia. And then, I don't think I've clarified this yet. George is the owner of Slappy, and she has a sister, and I forgot her name. Sorry guys, I'll just call her sister for now. If I might go read this back and see what her name is and put it on screen. But yeah, the third good deed he does is he goes to, well, his owner goes to this house to babysit for this 2-year-old baby called Robbie. I think that's his name. And then she gives Slappy to Robbie, and then Robbie starts getting scared because apparently he's scared of dummies. And after a few hours, Slappy's just waiting there for something to happen, for him to do a good deed. And then finally, after like a lot of crying and screaming, Georgia can get Slappy to sleep. Oh, not Slappy. Robbie to sleep. And then this is a very disturbing part. Like a few pages later, Slappy notices that George is asleep, and then the baby's crying and screaming. So he goes in to check on him, and then he sees somehow the blanket was choking him. I don't know how you can get choked by a blanket, but whatever. So then Slappy unties it, and then the baby goes back to sleep. But then it gets cancelled out by someone trying to hang the baby. Yeah. I told you this was the most disturbing part. But then Slappy undid it, I think. I think Georgia undid the thing and then just put him back to sleep. I forgot what happens there. And then the book ends with Slappy not actually doing any good deeds. But the final segment, Slappy's at Georgia's school, performing with Georgia, and yeah, nobody's even really listening to her act. So then Slappy saw it as an opportunity, because Slappy thought George's sister was wrecking all of his good deeds. So then Slappy thought he saw the sister in the corner of his eye. So then he just got up and started running. Then everyone started screaming. And then Slappy finally gets over to it, and when he realizes it's his evil twin brother, Wally, I think his name was. Yeah, this was strange. And then they start having a fight, and then Slappy wakes up, apparently. I think that's why it's called Slappy's Nightmare. He was just asleep the whole time, which kind of wrecks the book. I really hate it when books and movies do that. Like, it was just all a dream. Nothing of that ever happened. Like, he just wrecks it. But then, Jimmy O. James puts Slappy back to sleep. And then says, I have a present for you, I think. And then it's Wally. I think that's it. Yeah, it's pretty strange, isn't it? So overall, probably 7.5 or 8 out of 10. Very hard book to get your hands on. At least $50 on eBay if you look hard enough. And that's for an Indian copy, a rip-off copy. If you want like an actual copy like this one here, not trying to brag. You'll have to probably pay like $100. Well, I don't know what it is in other places, but that's just what I've seen. So yeah, thanks for watching. There should be another review coming out tomorrow. I was gonna review it in this video too. It's gonna be like a super video, but I was gonna read it yesterday, but then I just didn't find time to. But I'll finish reading it today and then upload the review maybe tomorrow or today. So yeah, this was episode 1 of the Review-a-thon. I don't know if I will call it that, but we'll see.